Yeah, man, people check in back. You don't know, you guys can see the thumbnail and the title. This video is solely about, you don't know, the young Cole, Devante Cole, the son of Andy Cole. One of the best underrated striker, I've ever played in the Premier League. Yeah, man that scored loads of goals for Manchester United. But we're not here to talk about him, but we are here, to reason about, about his son, young Devante Cole, and you guys can comment, tell me what you guys think about young Cole. So we can have a chit chat there also too. So we're not leaving you guys out. Drop a comment in that comment box, man, and let us reason. But um we are on that curve, we are on that curve right now. We are about to hit, February, March, and March will be that big month. Our first game in 2024, our first official game will be in March, yeah. So we don't know if they're going to have any preparation of playing, any little pick up friendly games before that, but our next big game will be in March, and we have to talk about another than Cole. But this is a player, is a different dynamic player than what we have right now. We have Trivante, we have Mikel, right now up in age, still not recovered as yet, from that knee injury that he got in Kingston, Jamaica, in that first leg, you know, against Canada. Still sitting out, for West Ham United, but we have Boza, we have I call Devante name already, yeah. Who else? We have Romaro Williams, who is in around the setup, but this is a player that, 6'1", 6'2", very powerful, left, right, penalty, powerful dribbler, someone that drop deep, someone that can run in beyond, the back line, someone that can stretch the back line, even when coming up against, teams like, say, for instance, the US were coming up against the US in March, a couple months from now, yeah. They have the likes of Zimmerman, Miles Robinson, Omar Richards. I mean, the quickest in that backline might be Omar Richards and Miles Robinson. Zimmerman and Matt Miazga, they are not, blessed with pace, as a center half. But this team, the US, they can also play with a very high line. And having young Cole in our setup, it will only smell danger for the opponent. Yeah, it will only cause problem for them. Having a player, with such pace, he's so powerful. Going forward with the ball at his feet. He's not shy away from going into challenge. Going. I think during the season so far, he won 90% of his aerial duels, and he's playing in League One. League One is not some. It might be like quality wise, it's not there, but it's one of the toughest. Everyone know that Championship, League One, League Two, the English Premier, those three divisions are one of the toughest lower divisions in the world to come out. Yeah, it's very physical, and he's been around that setup for some while. Playing for Wigan, Fleetwood Town, this is his second stint at Barnsley. He made his professional debut for Barnsley, and he scored in his second appearance also, coming out from Manchester City, academy, all of that. But he is a good addition. He will be a good addition to the squad because we don't have anything like him. And, playing in a Concacaf region, especially Jamaica coming up against teams in the evening, the World Cup qualifier that's coming up. He will add to the striker pool. Mikel is up in that age where he can get injured anytime. So Boza, he's going to be out of that US game. Damari Gray is going to be out of that game. So he will be a good addition to the squad. To be honest, yeah, and some of the ways we can exploit his strength is getting balls in the box. Yeah, getting balls in the box. He can, as I said, he can drop deep. He has a range, a kick where he can shoot the ball from outside of the area. Yeah, he's not shy to run in around that back line, and he's a poacher. He's someone that picked up spaces in the box. He know where the ball is going to be, yeah, and talent wise, you can't doubt that. Cannot doubt that. So he will be a good addition to the squad, especially Demi is out, Boza is out. But one of the problem we're going to have with this player, who's going to give him the ball, and that will be my downfall coming into this Reggae Boy team. You know, seeing how Barnes play. I've been tracking his record, his stats, his games. Since that Canada game, yeah, because he was in that setup. Training with the team. He went to Canada also to see the team, so he would see exactly what he needs to do, to get this team better and see, Barnes playing that 3-5-2 system, play two at the top. He always float around. But what they always do is those two wingers, they feed him with ball. They feed him with ball in and around that box. And, he's always there. As I said, he's, know where the ball is going to be. He's like a bubble gum to the ball. It's always going to stick whenever you see the ball. So we have to get our fullbacks, we have to get especially our wingers, probably Leon, probably none other than Ronaldo Cephas, can come in that left hand side, for them, Cephas great player, get balls into the box, if we play in those long balls, teams that play high, he can stretch. Teams don't like to play that high line with players that who is really quick. They are always going to have that fear factor that, this player going to get back in behind them. And, you've seen it multiple times in the Concacaf where teams just push up and pin us right in, so he can be a outlet and how we can get out off the box, of our defensive third and try to play one lob pass, try to beat a Mexican press, a US press, or, the Panamanian since recently, Thomas Christiansen, he's been playing at a very high line when it comes on to certain teams. So, and those teams we're going to come up against, in the World Cup qualifier. So, bringing his quality from League One, he will score loads of goals in the CONCACAF region. Most people might say, yo, it's League One. Yeah, but if you really look at how he's playing like a championship player. Yeah, and I'm telling you, this is a couple seasons now, playing for Barnsley, been there for 2021. Remember he had a stint in Scotland at Motherwell, so, you know, he been around the blocks for some times now. 28 years old, really good age. He's someone that want to come and play. And potentially he's in the setup to face US coming a couple months from now. Yeah, so it's happy times. We getting a really good player, someone that want to be in and around the setup. Yeah, someone that's really excited to be amongst the players, and you can see the vibes when he was there in Kingston. Actually saw him in the stadium sitting down by himself. Actually seen him at Canada. When I went there and seeing him amongst the players, or everyone was rapping, it's just a family environment from, and you could see that he's settling into the camp when he was there. So it's not like someone that we can, when we're gonna call upon him for his duty to come and play for the national team, it's going to be a strange one. He's been around the team, so training the team, the coach love him, everyone love him. So good player, really good player. But this is a man that's really unfarmed, a late bloomer, someone that, developed late, it took him a while before he can really settle right into a squad. Look, the start of the season in the League One, his team have, I think they beat Port Vale. I think it was Port Vale they beat 7-0, and he scored a hat-trick the first game of the season. That's the biggest defeat. That's the biggest win, for our team in the opening day of any English league football since 1962. So he's amongst that greatness, he's amongst that record, in the books for Barnes. So you have to pick up Devante Cole, and he's one to watch whenever he get called up for the Reggea Boyz. And I said, he should be potential in the lineup, in that squad to face the US coming a couple months from now. So look out for Devante Cole, really good player. Something that we don't have in this squad, and it will be a very, very good addition. Yeah, and seeing all these other players, Gibbs White, Reese, Greenwood, he is someone that want to come and play. Yeah, so it's going to hard to get players like Mason, Reese, Gibbs, Ramsdale, and all these players that who have Jamaican background and all of that. Jamaican will always be a second or third choice. For most of these players who have different nationalities. Yeah, so see, American, is chasing players. Is America is chasing, Burnley Starlet, Kiyoshi. He can play for Canada, the US, and Italy. Yeah, and Spalletti said he's going to call him up for the Italian team. So everyone is strengthening. So we need to strengthen also to and get quality players in. So look out for Devante Cole. Bless them. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Salute.